Welcome to the second video about setting up your CORIOmaster. In the first video we looked at setting up IP addresses, whether it's DHCP or static. We also looked at firmware upgrades and also resolution management as well. I'm in CORIOgrapher. CORIOgrapher comes on a stick, USB stick with your unit. It's also available for download off the tvONE website, tvONE.com. It's always worth having a look on there because we do periodic upgrades for CORIOgrapher and the firmware for the unit, so it's well worth checking. I'm logging in. The default password is admin pw, so admin and admin pw. At the moment it's reading the settings of the unit. So remember, this could have a huge variety of cards loaded in it and has to read all the settings of all the cards. So we're all good to go. Well, now you can see I've got three modes. Home mode is where I logged in a moment ago. Wall editor is where I create and design my video walls. And then I have a dashboard area, and we'll look at this in a later video. This is where we fire off presets and do source switching as well. This is my canvas, and if I just zoom out, you can see I've got quite a large space to work on. So let's just zoom into the center of that. I want to add some displays, and in my last video you saw that I created four displays. Here they are: top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. It's really important to label stuff up because sources all displays, because it makes it much easier when you're setting them up. What I need to do now, these at the moment are default 46-inch 16 by 9 displays. Fine if you're using that. What I want to do is I want to allow for my bezels and my size. So I'm going to add a display, and I'm going to create display equipment. So I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to call this Dell. It's a Dell monitor. I've got a choice here of selecting projectors or monitors. A projector obviously can edge blend, and we'll have a look at that in a future video. Next of all, the output type, and there's a selection here. Then my resolution. In this case, these are 1080p 60. I now have to add the width. So what I do is I get my tape measure and I measure the visible size, horizontal and vertical, and I also measure my bezels as well. Now, I did this a little bit earlier on, and this 512 millimeters by 287, and then the bezels are each 15 millimeters. You can see here in the software I can actually have different size bezels, so that's can make for some funky looking displays. So there we go, we're all ready. Hit save. That now appears. Now, to apply this setting to the displays, hit this little plus button here. So hitting plus, I can then apply this to all the slots. As I go add, it will change how it looks up here. So I go add, it now says Dell behind here, and I need to do this for the others as well. Just come down here and just choose which ones, and obviously I can have different display size and resolution for every single monitor, so I can create some quite creative looking video walls if I want to. So that now all linked to the Dell profile. Now, because I've pre-labeled, I know where they go, so I'm just going to drag them down. So top left, top and right, and you notice as I bring them to each other, they snap. So bottom left and bottom right. You'll also notice on the bottom bar down here, these are all the positions linked to that center cross you'll have seen earlier. So that's how easy it is to set up a video wall with bezel adjustment. What I want to do now is add a source. So I'm going to add a window. So I'm going to add media 1. This is from a media card. Now, the reason this isn't showing is I haven't hit the take button. I've got two options. I can either work in synchronized mode where I use the take button. So I hit take now, or the other alternative I have is I can use immediate mode, and these are both at the top here. So if I go into immediate mode, I can now move this and the clip will follow me. And this is really handy for setting up. I can use arrows, so I can hold the control key down and reposition the video very, very accurately. There's also across the top here, there's a whole bunch of alignment tools, and there's some distribution tools as well if you're using a lot of different screens. There's also a center mode, there's a snap tool. The test pattern we use if we haven't got a source. So if I was at this point at the moment setting up this wall and I didn't have a source, I just select test pattern, and it puts a test pattern on. So as a rule of thumb, we always set up our displays first, because we can always put the test pattern across. Okay, so what I do now is I'll just pull this down a little bit just to see how we are lined up, because I can equally move my windows as well. So if I click on the top right monitor, I can click this as well. So as you see now, it's disappearing down, and I can do this pixel accurately, and I can do it in all directions. So there you go. Very, very quickly we've set up a video wall, 2x2 video wall with pixel accuracy, and we've set this up. The next thing I need to do is I need to save this on the device. So I hit save and save the live configuration. Now, anytime this unit powers up, it will fire up into this configuration. So it's a simple 2x2 video wall. Obviously, we can make much more creative setups than this with rotated displays and different size displays, but this gives you the principles of how we work. Come back and watch our future videos. I'm going to show you how we create presets and create stunning transitions as well. So that's this video. Make sure you watch the others in the series.